Hi guys, it's Courtney with NELA Home Team here, and we're really excited today because we're starting a series for first-time home buyers. And today we're actually going to be talking with Amanda Smith. She's here with Assurance Financial, and she's a loan officer here to get you prepared and ready to buy your first home. So let's talk to her and see what she has to say.
Awesome. Thanks, Courtney.
So if I were to come to you as a first-time home buyer, what would be the first thing you would tell me or advise me to do?
Well, the first thing we would want to do is take an application, kind of find out where you are financially, what your current housing situation is, and what your goals are. Some people are all about, buying a good value. Some people are about a low interest rate. Some people, especially first-time home buyers, don't really know anything. But in order for us to make any kind of recommendation, we have to have all that information. So we start with a digital mortgage application.
So you said a digital mortgage application. What does that mean?
Well, that's kind of the latest, greatest thing. I mean, of course, we still do things the old-fashioned way. Sometimes we sit down with our clients and we discuss things and I get that information. Sometimes we get it over the phone, but this day and age, everybody does everything from their cell phone. So we have an application where you can go in and fill out the basic information that we need to start the process. And once we start that process, you can still use that same phone to upload income documentation and kind of participate in the process of the mortgage application.
What else would you tell first-time home buyers after they do the application? What comes next?
Well, what we look at then are several different factors. Obviously credit. We pull a credit report from all three credit bureaus. We look at their income and their income history because every different mortgage program has various parameters that weigh a little bit more than others. We look at debt to income ratio, their current liabilities versus the income they have versus what the possible, mortgage payment would be.
So what would you say is getting pre-qualified? We hear that all the time, and we go to open houses and we get asked if we're pre-qualified, and we don't even know what that means. So
Right. Well, that's definitely the most important step. I mean, when you decide to buy a home, getting pre-qualified is essentially the first step, and that starts with the application. The way, we can generally, if we get information from someone, whether it's digital or over the phone, we can pre-qualify that same day. And what that means is that they meet the criteria for various mortgage programs. And again, we discuss that as far as what their goals are and what programs might work for them. A pre-qualification letter is usually something that your lender would offer, something that I would give either your realtor or yourself for a particular mortgage program for a particular loan amount. Now, that letter comes after I've reviewed some income documentation. I've looked at the credit, I've looked at the debt to income, and I've reviewed maybe some pay stubs or W-2s or tax returns, depending on the situation and the program. And then that letter is really kind of the key. Realtors are showing houses, but generally, most realtors don't want to show houses to someone that they don't know is pre-qualified to buy. But also sellers don't really want to accept an offer from someone that they're not sure can get the financing to make that offer.
what about interest rates? How are those looking right now? Because I know that's a big thing that people are worried about. Oh, interest rates are going up. We're going to have to pay a fortune and it's all going to go to interest. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so your interest rate is variable depending on, I get asked all the time, what's the rate? There's not just one. It's variable depending on the mortgage program, depending on your amount of down payment, depending on your credit history. So all of those things are a factor. Rates are still really low. We've seen them go up, but we also just came out of a period of very historically low rates, and that was because of the mortgage crisis. So we're building ourselves back up, and rates kind of have to go up in order for us to be able to make money, but we're still seeing historic lows, still in the fours. It's definitely the most affordable time to buy a home right now.
Right. Well, that sounds awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking your time today.
Thank you.
I think we've learned a lot of valuable information, and thank you.